never seen that right. I should be live in Creative. Nope, I should be live in Craft Friends United. Let's just find myself. Yeah, I can see myself, I think. Oh my goodness, I've not done a live. I should be live in Creative. Let's just find myself. Yeah, I can see myself, I think. Oh my goodness, I've not done a live. I should be live in Creative. Let's just find myself. Yeah, I can see myself, I think. Tablets are in the way. Oh my goodness, I've not done a live. I should be live in Creative. Let's just find myself. Yeah, I can see myself, I think. How's that camera looking? Oh my goodness, I've not done a live. Pardon? Right, I need to turn my volume off. Turn my camera off on there because I was having a bit of a voice pack. Excuse me. I'm very rusty because I haven't done a live in such a long time. I've just been doing little videos, so I thought I would come on and do a live with you because I would like to introduce you to the new Stamptagious set of stamps that launched today on Create and Craft with Leonie. Nicola does the most gorgeous stamps. Now, I don't know if I'm not seeing comments, I don't think. So I apologise if I don't see your comments. Right, let me see. Okay, hiya Jill, hiya Maria, hiya Karen and Joy Hamilton. Okay, I think I can see your comments. I'm very rusty at this. It's not professional any manner of means. You will probably hear Anya barking and other noises in the background, so I'll apologise first if anything like that does happen. But I wanted to introduce you to these brilliant stamps by Stamptagious. So this is the Pixie Meadow set, and we have the main characters are Pippa, Alfie, Queen. We have Blossom Hill, the Mushroom Home, Make-A-Wish and the Weeping Willow, and these stamps are absolutely gorgeous. I did samples for the show, so I have been drip feeding you these samples that I did, so I don't have anything to show you just now. So we're going to actually play and make something, and I'm not going to make a card probably, I'm just going to probably show you scene building and how I play with the sets. So I hope you'll find my little video interesting. As you can see, my stamps are quite stained, but that doesn't matter. Nothing makes the stamps not work. It's just that I've been using coloured ink on my stamps. These stamps are made by Clarity, so as you can see they are a thick polymer stamp and they're really good quality. I do believe that Nicola has a show on at 3 o'clock this afternoon with Leonie, so you will get lots and lots of wonderful tips with our lovely Leonie. If you didn't see the 11 o'clock show today, I'm sure you'll get it on catch up. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to bring in this stamp just now and do a little bit of scene building. I'm just going to ink it up with some Memento in grey. I quite like doing it this way. I'm just going to do it on this little tab. So I'm just going to scene build with you for a little bit. I'm probably not going to make a proper finished sample on the live because I want to just show you how brilliant these little stamps are for scene building. As you can see, I've just done some grasses there. I'm just going to bring it up a little bit more, and so that it's like so. And then if you've got gaps and things, don't be scared to go back in, because it is grass, so you're going to have the movement of the grass. So I do it normally with the grey, and then I sometimes will just go in. I'm using these little ink pads from Studio Light. I really like them. I think they're really good in their little colour families. So I'm just going to ink that up with a little light green, and then as you can see, I'm just going over exactly what I've just stamped, and all that does is bring in some colour for me. Quite a cheats way to bring in some colour. So I apologise if there's any more comments and I'm not seeing them. I will read the comments and answer any questions later. Now, I don't know how you clean your stamps. I just use a baby wipe, non-alcoholic baby wipe, because I've got quite a lot of them still. You can now get the baby wipes without plastic if you're more environmentally friendly, which I would like to be now. Didn't know all this stuff before. So I've just got a worker stamp. Just going to see if there are any more. Hiya Doreen. As I say, I apologise if I don't see your comments. So, just going to find a colour that I want to do this with. I think we'll just bring in a few of these for now, these ready pinky tones. And I am going to just pop a bit green on the bottom of this stamp. It's been ages since I've done a live. Feels weird coming on live again. I've been doing TikTok videos and I've been doing videos for the Noble Crafters YouTube channel, but I haven't actually been very doing much lives. So oh, thank you, Maria. There's a repeat of the 11 o'clock show on Craft Extra at 4 AM. So if you didn't see the show, you'll be able to watch it then. It was a lovely show. I really liked the top that Leonie was wearing. It was really pretty. And her samples were lovely. I mean, the quirkiness of these stamps are just amazing. I love them. The talent that Nicola's got is just second to none. And our stamps are so different, which is what I like about them. And for building scenes, they've got lots and lots of little worker stamps, which I think is fun. She did do bigger stamps this time round, which all the team are absolutely adoring. So there's main characters. For example, we've got this main character. We've got one of the pixies. I think this one's Alfie, if I remember rightly. I might be wrong with that one's name, but it's really cool. And I mean, you could have this as boy or girl. I did just use some sparkle pen on that one. And then this is one of the other main characters, and you can see the size of these characters. They're not tiny. They're really good size. I really love them. I think they're really pretty. Right, so back to just building this little picture up. This is my most favourite thing to do. I love stamping. I've got a craft room full of stamps because I adore stamping. I still really like my wooden stamps. I think they're really good. So, but when you get clear stamps of this quality, you just have to have a play. They're just, honestly, I can't tell you, the quality of them is just so pretty. So I'm just randomly taking the little flowers off of this Make-A-Wish set and just building up my little scene. There's no right or wrong way of doing it. You just play. You just have fun. Is there any more comments? Let me see. Oh, thank you. Yeah. I know I was going to write on the packets all their names and I forgot to do that, so my memory is not the greatest these days. I blame COVID, but that's another story. So just putting a little, I'll just put a little bit darker on there and just bring in a little bit more colour. So how is everybody today? Are you doing fine? Are you a stamper? Do you enjoy making scenes with stamps? What's your favourite thing to do with your craft supplies? I'm not sure how many people's watching. I didn't think we'd get a great deal of watchers today because everybody's quite busy just now. But I just thought, come on, do a little live. So I'm just going to use the very tip of this beautiful fern, just so that I can build up a little bit of this fern detail in here. So as you can see, I'm not using all of it, but it's just building up the grass and giving a different look. And that ink's quite wet, so there is stencils with the collection as well, which we don't have these as yet, but Leonie will show you them at 3, and they work really well for putting like your clouds and things in your mountains. So now, while that has a dry, I will come back to that one in a little bit. I'll let it have a little dry, then we'll come back to that and finish that one off. Meanwhile, I will... Hiya Ian. I was doing some Crafty Witchy samples earlier, but I've decided to have a little play with these stamps. Right, so we'll just leave that just now, just have a little dry, and we'll come back to that one. I've got so much I want to play with, so I've got a bigger circle here, which I was thinking we would build up, and we might bring in one of our main characters on that one. I'll see. So that was that little one just over there to dry. Now I'm going to use this beautiful tree. None of this is planned, guys, so I apologise if my samples turn out rubbishy. Nothing's planned, I'm just came on to have a play with you. So now I really like this tree, all these flowers, so what I think I'm going to do is I think I'm going to bring in some of the purple and just bring that in. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to ignore the bottom of this tree, and I'm just going to use my fingers to stamp round. And it doesn't have to be perfect, so don't overthink anything. There's no wrong things to do, it's just about playing. So this is what I like to do. I'm just bringing this all the way around. As you can see, it's a really nice tree. And that's the beauty of stamps, because you can do your stamps whatever way you want. Just because this is a tree, you don't have to use it in its entirety, as you can see from here. And I'm just almost building up a wreath just now using the tree. That's the way I'm wanting to go with this. I put on the wrong purple, never mind, and just bring that around like so again. And then we'll go back to this wee bit darker. And then we're going to... Sorry, I'm not watching the screen, I hope I'm in shot. And I'm not seeing these comments, I apologise. Right, so we'll just rub that off. Because knowing me, I'll end up getting fingerprints all over it if I don't clean up as I go. So that tree is a really detailed tree, it's really pretty. I almost think it's like cherry blossoms, and then you've got the little house, door into the house, and the little mushroom houses at the side. I just think it is such a gorgeous stamp. And then what I like to do is just play. So I've got this little worker stamp here, and I haven't actually stamped this one. It looks like it's got a little fairy in the middle of it. So we will stamp it and see what happens. Let's get a different colour. As I say, I've had these little ink pads for a lot of years and I really like them, they're really cool. Oh. Oh no, don't like the fact that you get dizzy with it, Ian. Hope you're alright. So that's a little baby in like a flowery shape, so I just thought this would look really cute on the little wreath that I'm doing. Just going to take her all the way around here. I think we'll put her on 5 times actually. And then, so as you can see, I'm just playing. I know I loved your sample, it was really pretty, Maria. I really liked the way you did it with that background paper. It just matched so gorgeous. It was really nice. The design team are all so talented. I feel extremely blessed to be on the design team with all the girls, because it is a lovely, lovely team. I mean, I'm really lucky because I'm on a few teams and everybody is so beautiful and kind. It is really nice. And we all do such different things. I love the way we all do our own things, but they turn out so different. It's really good. So I'm just going to bring this fern back in. I am absolutely just playing. This might turn out, this might not turn out. It's, as I say, this is just all about building and playing. It might be the best thing I've made, it might be the rubbish. You don't overthink it though. I think sometimes when we're crafting, we can overthink things and then it's like you don't enjoy it the same. Whereas when you've got such a lovely set of stamps like this, just get them out and play. At the end of the day, it's a piece of card. I mean, I know a lot of the celebrity crafters say that, and it's true. If it doesn't work, all you've wasted is a bit card, a bit ink, but you've learned from it, so I enjoy doing it this way. Hi, Elisa. So I haven't done lives in here before, and I've been saying for ages that I was going to do them. So today I just thought, you know what, I'm just going to sit and go live. Half the time I'm crafting with friends on video call, so I forget to go live. That's one good thing about technology nowadays. It's brilliant. You can just, all over the COVID time and times when we haven't been going out much, I just sat online with my friends and crafted away, chatted away, giggled away, and it's fun. So yeah, I think I am with some things, Lisa, and I think sometimes, oops, I'm putting them in the wrong colour, wrong place, and I'm thinking sometimes it's just nice just to go with the flow and not overthink things. I do think a lot of the time with samples, you worry that your samples have to be a certain way, because you don't want to let the team down that you're working with. I think about that quite a lot of the time. Now, I didn't plan it like that, but had I wanted to, I could actually put that in the centre and then put the sentiment and things on there, and that would be quite pretty as well. That's not the way I'm thinking about going with this, I'm just playing, but you could do that. Now, like by magic, if I wanted her in here, she's actually going with my colour scheme, so I'm quite happy with that colour scheme. And I'm going to colour in some of these little babies and these little flowers, but it's not going to be the colouring in. This is just a water pen. Sorry, this is a one of these sparkle pens, and what I've been doing, I've been enjoying doing it this way. Oh, thank you, Ian. Yeah, I was commenting about that, Kevin. I'm saying I think we do overthink samples quite a lot because we want them to be the best we can. Kevin's just telling me if he thinks I've missed anything. So I've just been doing this with the ink because it's been just so easy just to plop in a bit of colour. And as you can see, I'm not being precious about going over the flowers exact because I think it lends itself to be quirky and a bit random with the colouring. I mean, obviously I'm still going over the actual flower head with this colour. I'm glad Kevin's watching the comments because I don't want to be rude and miss any of you, but when you get into this creative zone, as I'm doing just now, I forget to look at the comments. Am I in shot okay? Yep. So we've been busy doing stuff for the Crafty Witches, and that's digital collections. It's very different from this. I would say that stamping is probably my first love out of everything I've got in my craft room. I mean, I do love the digital kits because you can make different things with them, cards, journals, etc. So they've got their place highly in my craft room as well, but yeah. Oh my goodness, if I told you how many wooden stamps I had, you wouldn't believe it. I could probably build a wall with them, put it that way, the amount of wooden stamps I've got. Kevin says they're the bane of his life because they take up so much room.
Ian said you should never think you're letting anyone down, as we're all individuals and we look at things in different ways.
That's very true, Ian. So, yeah. When I first started crafting, that was about 25 years ago, we didn't have all the cool stuff we've got nowadays. Nowadays, the stamps that we get in clear are such good quality. They're like having the wooden stamps, the red rubber wooden stamps. They're a good quality stamp. And these ones, because Clarity Stamps have made these ones are really, really good quality. Anybody that's not had Stamptagious in the past and you like stamping, I highly recommend them. They're great for doing the scene building, as I'm saying, and all the sets probably would work together as well because I haven't actually got my older sets out because obviously this is about the launch today, so I want to be promoting this launch for Nicola today. But I do think that it might be fun getting some of the other stamp collections out that I've got and actually do some playing with them all to show how they mix and match. So I might be doing that at a later date. But today I just wanted to show this collection. Pixie Meadow, it's just beautiful, it really is, and you have to have sparkle, I think. So I'm just very, as you can see, it's just the quickest of the quick colouring. There's nothing too difficult about this. I'm just putting a little bit of ink on my glass mat and I'm just picking it up with this sparkle pen paintbrush. I have got a water brush that I was going to use, but I quite like the fact that this goes all nice and sparkly. I don't know if you'll see it on the camera, but it's really sparkly. I've got a delay, so I'm not sure what you're seeing yet, so I hope you're seeing that right. It's really nice. Now, right, Kevin, what will we do now? I think we'll do a little bit green into the leaves. I'm going to leave the babies and colour the babies in with pencils, just so I get, or maybe actually I might use my tri-blend. Thanks, Lisa. Yeah, I like, normally if I do videos and things, I like to come on and be a bit planned so that I don't make a mistake or do what I'm doing just now and just waffle on at you guys. But today I just thought, do you know what, I'm just going to do what you'll do when you get the stamps home. If you're buying these stamps, you're just going to open them and want to play right away. So that's what I've done. I've just decided that that's what I was going to do. So if it turns out, it turns out. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Right, so I'm just putting a little bit green in now, just quickly, just to... I hear Anya moving about. I'm surprised because normally when I'm doing a video or a live, Anya likes to come over and say hello to everybody, but she hasn't actually came over just now. We were out yesterday for a little while and we were quite concerned about her because she was out of sorts, but she seems to be better today, so I'm just wondering if she was just tired. But oh, you know what it's like, she's my fur baby, so Kevin and I were quite concerned about her yesterday. But thankfully today she seems to be happier, so that's all good. Right, so I could either keep going with this or I could put my little pixie in here. I think this is Pippa. Maria, can you keep me right, please? I'm saying Maria. Is it Maria or Marie? I apologise if I'm saying your name wrong, honey. So I might put her in there. She looks quite good in there. And I think she matches well. So I'm not going to make a proper full-on card anyway with the... What I'm going to do is I'm just going to pop that on there. And I don't really want to hide that baby. Put her on there and let's see what we'll do. Make a wish. We have got so many beautiful stamps. Look at me, I'm just chucking them all. Could put happy birthday on there. I like that. I've not seen that flower before. And when you look at these stamps, that's the thing I love about these stamps. When you look at them, you see something different every time you look at them. I hadn't noticed until... That's pretty. I hadn't noticed until Leonie had mentioned... Which one was it? There was one that I looked at and I thought, oh, I never even noticed that. Where is it?
Yes, that's pixie.
Yeah, I know, I should have done my homework better. Oh, I can't remember which one it was, but I noticed a little mouse and it was on the grass and I hadn't noticed it before and I thought, hello Anya, I knew you would come over and say hello. Ask Dad for a sweetie. I can't give you a sweetie just now. Is it that one? No, I think... Oh, do you know what? There is a little grass. There it is. And in here... Was it in here? Yeah, there's a little mouse in here and I hadn't even noticed a little mouse when I played with this stamp. Yeah, there's a little mouse in there, so when you look through these stamps, they're so cute that you see different things. I knew Anya would come over and ask for something. I just knew it, little monkey. It's like, Mum, you're talking. Who are you talking to? I just saw this little flower and I thought, oh, that's so cute. We'll have to have a little random flower in here. How adorable is that flower? I love it. So you could just go on and on and on with these. So anybody watching, I know obviously Marie, because Marie's on the Stamptagious design team, but anybody watching a stamper? Is stamping something you like to do? I think, Ian, you're a bit of all trades, aren't you? Your cards are stunning. There's such a lot of talent in the crafting industry, the crafting world. Ian actually guests for Linda. He does Crafty Witches on Hobby Maker. And his shows are always very, very insightful. So if you're ever about and you want to catch some of Ian's shows, we always put the links in here. And remember, this is Craft Friends United. You are allowed to put any of your work and your links in here. All we ask is no direct selling, but the rest of the things that you want to do, you can do. We're not precious about things like other groups. It's all about sharing the love of crafting. So we expect to see you putting links in and things. And I think that's a nice thing, because I've learned a lot about other design brands because of this group. So it's nice that we can do that. I'm not saying the other groups are wrong by not allowing it, I'm just saying personally that we like to be all inclusive of everybody. So we say just fill your boots and put your links in. We love seeing your makes as well. So if you do buy these stamps, I mean, they're on such a good deal just now. I think they were saying that you're actually getting a stamp set free on Create and Craft when you bought the bundle. I think some of the individuals have sold out, and the stencils I think have sold out, so I think they're on dispatch from 7 days later. But I mean, 7 days, the way the year's going, 7 days is nothing. I can't believe that we're in the middle of July already. It's like, where on earth? It just feels like yesterday that we were supporting Christmas. It's like, dearie me.
He says, thank you, I love stamping, die cutting, you name it, I love it.
Yeah, I'm kind of like you, Ian. I love stamping and die cutting. I have a huge collection of dies. I've been getting right into journaling recently. Can't show you my journals that I've done for the witches because I've actually given them away to Claire. She's collecting for a Welsh charity, so I'd given them away. But I've done a doggy one. Actually, not going to say too much about that one because it's a present and the person might yeah, don't talk about birthday presents in groups that people might find out about their birthday present. So I just think I'm going to leave that like that because I quite like the little space in the middle for my greeting, and I just think that that looks quite cute. So that's another little build up scene, and as you can see, even though they're both building up, they're quite different. I'm going to do more to this one. And I might put this Pippa, I might put Pippa actually in the middle with the greeting. That looks quite cute. She's very sparkly as well because I used my sparkle pen and then I used this Bella Luna White Silver Shimmer Spray. So I managed to make up a really pearly, sparkly paint with that. So she's quite sparkly as well. So that's that one. So what will we do now? Well, we'll give Alfie a little colour. Or we could colour this one in again. We could actually colour her in using more of the colours that I've got here. I've actually done her skin, so this is why I thought I'll just go for her. And just quickly bring down some of the colours we've got here. I hope I'm not boring you guys. Watching somebody just quickly doing little things. I love watching other people's lives, but I'm never sure when I'm doing my own. I'm like, oh. So just gonna pop some colour in. When I laugh because when I was doing these samples, I was doing this painting technique thing, just quickly painting like I'm doing here. And I was thinking to myself, because we're taking like, 5-10 minutes to colour, and I'm thinking, goodness, if I was colouring this with pen or I was colouring it with pencil, it'd be about an hour to colour. But the watercolour effect, and this is just on brick, it's not even on watercolour card, but I'm not really wetting the paintbrush hugely because I'm just using with inks. I can't tell you how many pens is in this house, and I've decided that I quite like doing this watercolour technique. Don't tell Kevin, because honestly, you could build a wall with the pens that's in this house as well. I could. I keep saying the 12 by 12 papers that's in my house, I could probably wallpaper my whole house with them. We've actually, some people know but not everybody knows, but what we've actually done is we've actually turned our living room, which is downstairs on a concrete floor, we've actually turned that into our craft room because it's the biggest room in the house and it's on a concrete floor. And we made a little living room upstairs because for a while, some of you know, some of you won't. After Kevin and I got COVID, we were seriously unwell with COVID in hospital. I'm not going to go into it all because it's a long story, but we were very, very poorly. Even when I came home from hospital, I was still poorly. And I couldn't go up and down the stairs and things. So we actually made the living room upstairs and moved all the craft downstairs. And whilst I couldn't do the come down the stairs, I just did some beading and stuff upstairs and crocheted. But since then, I've now got a stair lift in the house so that I can come up and down this. I try not to use it all the time. I do try to keep on my legs, so I do try to come up and down the stairs. But I get exhausted very quickly, and that's what COVID's left me with because of my lung. So what happens is if I get too tired, I can just use the stair lift. So it's made such a difference because now the little craft room's down here, and it's a huge, it's not a huge room, but it's a lot bigger than the craft room was. So Kevin now has a place down here as well, and he sets up and he does all his social media and things. So it's funny because I always think my living room used to be so pretty, and I always think, oh, I've spoiled my house by cluttering it with all this stuff. But actually, it just shows you how life changes, because there is more laughter and fun in this room since we've done this than there ever was when it was just the little living room. So sometimes it's just about that. It's just that's what's important, and the other stuff that I used to worry about, not so much. So that's my little chat. It's weird doing a live. I just like talking away. You miss. You don't know what to say sometimes, so you're just getting we're just getting a wee story. Oh dear. So I don't actually know if that's like babies in our hair, like a bird's nest. I think you could make it like a bird's nest or make it like flowers. There is leaves there, but there's 4 little things in there that I think could actually work as little chicks. So you could do it like that if you want. I mean, it's entirely up to you. This is about your story that you're building with these beautiful little stamps. So it's up to you how you do it. But yeah, just looking at that there, I was thinking, that could be a little birdie's nest. Our garden has been alive with birds recently. Lisa, my beautiful friend that's on here just now, a couple of years ago, her granddad actually made us a beautiful birdhouse because ours had blown down in the storm, and I'd said to Lisa about how much birds and things in the garden meant to Kevin and I, because it always makes me smile when we see them. And very kindly, Lisa had sent us this beautiful birdhouse. And it's, our garden has been alive, and she also sent us a nesting box, and this year we had baby blue tits in it. And I saw them, some of them fledged, not them all, so it was just beautiful to see. They were all on the washing line when I came down one morning. It was gorgeous. So I haven't actually messaged you about that, Lisa. I keep forgetting to, but yeah, the garden has been alive, and we've had babies in the bird box. It took them, because I think it was a year or two ago that you sent those up, so it took them a good wee while to decide to use it. But unless we've just not seen them use it before, but this was the first year that I've actually noticed babies. So we had 6 little blue tip babies on the washing line, and I was noticing yesterday or the day before, one of the days, that the great tit, the coal tit, maybe it was the coal tit actually, it was starting to have a wee look as well. So maybe we're going to end up with some coal tit babies as well. So
Really nice to hear the birds again.
yeah, it is. It's really cool. We're lucky where we stay, because we get foxes at night time, and we get sometimes we get roe deer in the street. I've not seen roe deer for a little while actually, but we've got hedgehogs as well. We had a baby family of hedgehogs in the garden. Kevin's left a bit. Our shed blew down in one of the storms, and we've never replaced it, because all that was in the shed, we've got a double garage, so everything was really in the double garage, but all that was in the shed was logs that were drying out, because we've got a coal fire. Not that we're using it now, because it's in this room. So we've got a coal fire, so Kevin's just left the logs that were in the shed out at the bottom of the garden. He's screened it off, and he's left them at the bottom of the garden, and he's put some wildflowers in, and he's let weeds overtake it right at the very bottom of the garden. So it's like a really wild patch, and we've had hedgehogs in there, a family of hedgehogs. And there was one night, Anya was quite, she wasn't upset, but she was quite barky and growling, and so Kevin had went out, and he called me down, and here's a hedgehog in the middle of the garden, rolled up like a ball, and Anya thought that she could play with it because she thought it was her ball. So she had went near it, and I think it must have snorted or growled or something at her, because they do make a noise. So she got a fright, so she came running in to tell us that there was something in her garden. So when she came in to tell us, we went out to have a look, and we were standing, and this poor hedgehog took off at a rate of knots. They're actually quite fast. And it got stuck because we've got the fence, so she can't get in, and it's like a crisscross trellis fence, and the little hedge, well, it wasn't a little hedgehog, it was quite a big chunky hedgehog. It got stuck in the fence, poor little thing. So I had to go out. Kevin had to lift the fence up, and I had to try and push this hedgehog's bum through the fence, whilst I had a collie jumping about like, what's this, what is it a ball? It was so funny. Do you remember that, Kevin?
Maria Grimshaw says, I wish my hubby would let me turn my living room into a craft room. I'll try it when he gets home, but I don't like the chances.
Well, I never ever thought I would have done this in my wildest dreams. I never thought I would ever have done this, because my living room was always like this used to be like a show house, I'm not going to lie. And my living room was always my pride and joy. But what we felt was, half the time Kevin would come home from work, because I wasn't working by this time, so Kevin would come home from work, and I'd have my tea with him, and then I'd be going upstairs because I'd be meeting friends online or stuff. And so Kevin would be downstairs on his own, and I'd be upstairs. And it was like ships that passed in the night, really. So when Kevin got unwell, he decided that he wanted to, in 2017 he had got me a scanning cup, And I used it for a little while, but I don't know, I'm a dye girl. I like the way that the dye's cut in bevel. I'm not really keen on the way the Scan and Cut cuts, because I do have the tattered lace, I do have tattered lace discs for it, or USBs for it, so I could see where it was good that you didn't have to have all the dyes, because you could use it for with the USBs, but I just didn't get on with it completely. So I said to Kevin, no, I'm not going to use it. We couldn't send it back because we had used it. So Kevin says, oh well, I'll give it a go. So he actually got really into it, and he was making snowmen into witches and Harry Potter and what else did you make, Kevin? You made camper vans. If you go on the Noble Crafters Facebook page, there is a folder in there and it says Darkest Dragon Productions, and that's all Kevin's work that's in there. And I mean, he was really good at it, so it's not went to waste. And then because he was crafting, that's when he decided that we would end up having the craft room like this. So that's why we've done it. And as I say, it's actually been one of the best things we've done. I really can't stress that enough, because we get such a good fun giggle in it. And as I say, we've also had our friends and stuff have come over and they like it, because they're crafters as well, most of my friends that have been in. Don't think parents maybe like it quite as much, but that's because they're old school. So I am terrible. This all been on my desk, I just can't waste it. So what I've done, and it's not even watercolour card, watch this, I'll end up with mud. But what I've just done is just sprayed the ink, and now I'm just pulling this bit of paper through. It doesn't look anything just now because it's so wet, but there's lots of sparkle in there. You probably can't see it just now. So once that dries and you use that to stamp over the top of, I think it'll look quite pretty. It's a bit wet just now. So that's just a little tip, that's what I do, because I just don't want to waste. That isn't even watercolour card, so I would probably get a better result on watercolour card, but it'll do. So I'll just put it there just to dry the now. Then I can clean off my desk, because it is a mess. Then I can bring this back over, and before I put that on the black, what I also want to do is just add a little bit of splat. I knew that wouldn't work. This hasn't worked. I need to clear out the nozzle. What I'll do is I'll just put a little bit on there. I've been doing this, I've been having fun doing this as well, just taking a little bit of the Luna and just splatting basically. It's just going to take away that big space of boring white until I decide what I'm putting in there. I'm going to get covered, I always seem to.
Lisa says she could never think of craft with her husband. She thinks she would misplace her scissors in his butt.
Oh, that's funny, Lisa. Oh my goodness. No, I don't recommend you do that. That's not good. Anya's came back over. I can't show anybody yet. What? I know you want sweeties. You always want sweeties. That's your go-to. Sweeties all the time. Honestly, is Willow like that, Lisa? Anya is constantly, she's epileptic now, so she is on epileptic meds, so I don't know if it's the medication or what, but she always is asking to constantly eat. I don't know why. Right, so I'm just going to pop this on this black mat when I find my glue. But it's constant. Eat, eat, eat. Oh, I apologise for the scratchy noise that I'm making. There we go. I'm going to pop that on there. Right, I can't leave those babies uncoloured. I need to colour those babies. So, I'm just going to bring in my Dry blend. Colour those little babies in. Actually, I stupidly done the flower orange, and with the babies being quickly coloured in with the tri-blend, you're not actually seeing much difference. So, put a wee bit of light on there. I think that baby's so cute. And that seems to be a quirky thing that Nicola does. She puts little babies hidden in throughout her artwork, which I think is really sweet. Right, so what was I going to do next? I'm going to look for a message. So we've got summer vibes, we've got friends forever. Do you know, I just saw that little house. I quite fancy bringing that in as well. See, this is what you do with this. You're never done, because when you're playing, you'll find something else. I hope I'm not boring you guys. But you're never done, because you'll see something else and you're like, oh, that would look nice there. And that's the beauty of having the full collection of these stamps. So I just saw this and I thought, oh, I quite like the idea of this little house coming down from the flowers. So, like that. And just so that I tie this in with what I'm doing, I'm going to bring this little worker stamp again. But this time I'm going to do it in a different colour. I'm going to do this in a pale yellow. And I'm just going to pop this. Now it looks as if it's going to be upside down, so what I'm going to do is just pop that little worker stamp in this. And I'm going to have them just like that. See, you never, that's the beauty of these stamps. It's either that or it is just a me thing, but I just feel like you're never done, because you're always wanting to add bits and pieces. Less is more sometimes, but in this case I think it works. So yeah, that's a good idea, you could. I don't actually have anybody to make a new home card for, but it's a really good idea to put the new home stamp on there. Now I'm just going to bring a little bit orange, and a little bit orange, a little bit red. Wait a minute, think of your primary colours, it's a little bit blue, isn't it, to make brown? Or a little bit green? I think it's a little bit green. Is it? Oh, I don't know. Anyway, I'm just going to do this and see what happens. I don't think that's how you make brown. Well, it's a nice green though. I quite like it. Oh my goodness, go back to primary. How to show yourself up and alive. Can't remember your primary colour mix-ins. But I like the green actually. Genuinely, it was a mistake, but I quite like it. That's one thing you can be guaranteed when you watch my lives. None of them will be professional. They'll just all be ad-lib. And if you want professional, you have to watch Hells and Steph and Linda and not me. Is that not funny, Kevin?
Oh yeah.
Kevin, how do you make brown?
Mixing it together, green and yellow.
That's green and yellow. Does green and yellow make brown? That's what I just did. But it didn't make...
Green and red make brown.
Green and red make brown. Who said that?
Me.
Oh dear. That's better.
Says she's making this sunflower junk journal at the moment.
Who is?
Yeda.
Oh, hiya Yeda. Thanks, Marie said add some red as well. Oh my goodness. Well, it's already brown. Tickled me, so I hope it gave you all a little giggle. Oh, Yeda, the sunflower journal's beautiful. I loved making that one up. I donated them to Claire, so They're getting used for a good thing. Oh dear. Oh, that's a better brown. Do you know, if I don't want to make mud, I do. It's probably, oh, that's a better brown. That's nicer. I like the fact it's a reddier brown. Oh my goodness. Right, and then I'm going to put yellow. So I'm just going to use yellow straight off. There's nothing in this, there's no water or anything, so I'm not damaging my ink pad. And I'm just going to put some yellow in here so that it makes it look as if there's lights on at home. I think I'll give you a browner front door. A browny red. And then you're going to go there. So I actually don't, oh, I could still put Friends Forever or something on it. Yeah, I think I'm still going to put you there. Do you think that's too busy? I quite like it actually. Right, so I think that's what I'll do. We'll just clean up this mess because I'm not going to bother about that ink disaster trying to make that colour. Right. So that's that. And then I would just put that on a card, but I obviously would mat and layer. I will mat and layer the card, and I'll probably just pop that on there so that there's not anything on the card apart from a black and white mat and layer with that on top, because I think otherwise it's going to look too busy, and I think there's enough going on in the picture now. So that's one of them. As I said, if you wanted, you could have just done, where is it again, my mat, you could just do that because you build up your scene, and then you could just do that and that would make a nice card. Then you could have her sitting there like that. And then you could put Friends Forever on there as well if you wanted, or Happy Birthday. So that's another way of doing it. Could have her standing off to the side. You could bring in Alfie as well if you wanted, and then you could put congratulations new home, congratulations new baby, and you could have the couple standing at the side like that as well. As I say, there's no right or wrong. You could, if you decided you wanted to have maybe a card for twins, you could have the girls on both together, like that. You could have him in the middle if you wanted. So I'm not building a card with you just now, I'm just building the bits. So I'll show you them when they're all finished, so they'll be on my Facebook when they're all finished. But basically that's that. So I'm going to quickly give you another little look of the stamps before I go. Hiya Caroline, hope you're well. So I'm going to give you another look of the stamps as well. So make sure I've got them all on the right sheet. So this is Alfie. Here he is in his glory. They're really nice big stamps as well. We asked for bigger stamps and the lovely Nicola gave us bigger stamps, so that's good. So as I said, this is the Pixie Meadow collection, I said before. So I'm just going to recap just so you know. These are Stamptagious stamps. They're launching again. Oh, I've lost a stamp here, it is. They're launching again today with Leonie at 3. And as Maria kindly told me, you'll be able to get the recap of today's show that was on at 11. You'll be able to get that on at 4 AM on Craft Extra. So I actually quite like him on there as well, and because I'm playing with the same sort of inks all the time, all the colours are actually going, so I can change it up how I want to do it. I also thought what would be quite nice if you were doing this for a kid is to have all different scenes and have your main characters on like hoop and loop, so that the kids could put them on a board and take them off and play with them. I was actually going to do that as a sample, but I ran out of time. I apologise for Anya, she's obviously heard something. So this is your collection again. This one's really nice, and there's a little baby here, and I had the little baby hanging off, and it's congratulations, new baby girl or new baby boy. It was really good, and the little tiny little stamps are ideal for playing with, hiding them in among the flowers and things is really nice as well. Do that sometimes. And then there's Pippa in all her glory. She's gorgeous. I love her. And I love the little mouse in her pocket. And then we've got the willow tree, Weeping Willow. That is gorgeous. I love that tree. And we've got the two little dancing pixies here, and I haven't played with these little pixies yet. I must do that. I also haven't, I did stamp her and use her in one of my samples, but I haven't stamped her since, so I must get her stamped. And I haven't actually played with this one yet, and this one's gorgeous. I believe this is the Queen, Pixie Queen, and she is absolutely beautiful. And that dress doesn't need to be a dress either, you could turn that into a wreath. It's really gorgeous. And I love the way these little dangles hang down from this stamp as well. So pretty. So there is a stencil with these with this stamp set as well. We haven't got it as yet, but there is one. So if I decide just to put a little bit of clouds in here, all I need to do is just, now you would be using a stencil mat, but just to show you can actually use anything, just to add in some clouds. And then I'll just add on another cloud here, quite like that. And then I'm going to go right round that with that, just because I did that. And then I'm going to put on here, before we go, I'm just going to finish this little bit off. Oh, I just saw a little fairy that would look really cute in there as well. You could have the little fairy standing. You're never finished. That's what I mean when you play with these, you're never finished. So I'm not going to take up any more of your time though, because I don't know how long I've been live on here. The Incredible Stencil offers on too. Yeah, I was saying that earlier, Caroline, that the stencils are really reasonably priced as well. And they're really nice. So I haven't really done a proper card, I've just played, as I said, so really just an introduction to these beautiful quirky world of Stamptagious. Nicola has a Facebook group called Stamptagious, so if you want to join that, feel free. If you ever have the Stamptagious stamps and you want to show us what you've been creating, we'd love to see that as well. So I really want to thank you all for joining me. I'm just reading to see if I've missed any comments. I really want to thank you all for joining me, and if you like these lives, I would be happy to do some more lives. It's just that I would probably just do what I've done here and just not plan, because I think sometimes I over plan my videos and things, and I think sometimes it's just fun just to go with the flow. And just play. I mean, you can do whatever with them. I mean, that was just the muck-up, that, so I'll just be stamping on that when it's dry. But basically, yeah, that's just playing. Just anything, you can just play. Quite like the way the crescent moon looks on there. So, anyway, thank you very much for joining me. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I'm going to say good night. Good night? I'm not going to say good night. I'm going to say have a good afternoon. And I will speak to you all soon. Bye. Oh dear. I don't know how to turn it off, Kevin. Oh no, I don't know how to turn it off. Where's my camera? What am I doing? I'm not going on live. I know, Anya, I'll be making everybody dizzy. Are you saying hello? I'm still recording, you know. You're showing all my stuff at the side of me.